My Line? Brought to you by Kellogg's, the folks who bring the best to you each morning. The widest choice of cereals in the forms you like best. Yours from Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning panel of What's My Line. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now a young man who begins his 13th year on television next Thursday with that hilarious program, You Bet Your Life. And as an added starter, his funny autobiography, Groucho and Me, is in bookstores all across the country now. The really authentic wit of our time, Mr. Groucho Marx. Not only authentic wit, but authentic lover.
I'll say. And I would like to introduce Mrs. Richard Colbert, frequently known as Dorothy Kilgallen. Imagine if we got paid for this, besides.
Thank you, Groucho.
Is there anyone else in?
I think there's someone, but you've rattled me, so I'm not sure who it is.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I am. A book came out today and was reviewed ecstatically by one and all of the very hard-boiled reviewers.
It was nothing, really.
It's sure to be, I think, number one on the bestseller list. It's Act One by the famous playwright Moss Hart, and the happy publisher of the book is our panelist, Bennett Cerf.
Groucho, we're very happy to have you with us.
Sometimes known as Dorothy Kilgallen.
And here is our very frustrated panel moderator because he wants to go to Disneyland too. John Charles Davis.
Bennett is completely right, but I promise I won't make as much of a fuss about not getting there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. We have some very nice folks who've come to visit us and brought some interesting occupations, with which we intend to give the panel, including our guest tonight, Groucho Marx, a rough time. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before the panel a little bit later in the show, and we'll meet our first challenger after this. Let's meet our first challenger. Would you come in and sign in, please? Nikita Sergeyevich McFarland, is that right? Henry McFarland.
You know, he looks exactly like McFarland.
You ever been to Disneyland?
I don't think I'd be allowed in.
Mr. McFarland, where are you from?
Jersey City.
Jersey City. Well, you're practically a neighbor, so I think that you've just heard from Mr. Marx, who's from the West Coast, but I think the rest are near neighbors, and you'll recognize them.
Yes.
The panel. Panel, Mr. McFarland. Will you join me over here, please, sir? Mr. McFarland, are you familiar with the way we keep score on What's My Line?
Yes, I am, sir.
In that event, let's let the audience in the theater and the folks who are looking in at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, we will tell you that Mr. McFarland is salaried. And let's begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Mr. McFarland, would I be correct in assuming that you are not a security agent for Nikita Khrushchev?
You are.
Do you work for a profit-making organization, unlike the man you resemble?
No.
That is one down and 9 to go. Thank you very much, Miss Francis. Mr. Marx.
Is this product found in your kitchen?
We haven't arrived at a product yet. If you want to take a shot at it.
Well, he must have a kitchen.
You got a kitchen, I'm sure. Is that the product?
Do you make candy?
No, that's two down at 8.
What do you do for a living?
2
You
down
must
at 8.
have some occupation.
Well, I have a kitchen.
You have a kitchen. Well, stand up and let's see it.
That's really a bay window. That's 2 down at 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, I pass.
Mr. McFarland, the non-profit-making organization that you work for, is it any form of government?
I'd say yes.
Is it something other than the federal government?
Yes.
Is it state government?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. McFarland, I don't want to get any nyets from you.
You're
Yes,
nets if
yes.
you expect anything else.
Is it something to do with the city government?
No.
That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you wear something like what you have on now when you're at your job, Mr. McFarland? Just a business suit?
Yes.
Do you work indoors?
Yes.
Do you have an office?
Yes.
Would you be considered a man with a desk job?
No, I would say no.
Well, small conference, if we may.
Well, we've talked, too. I mean...
I'd change that to a yes.
You two are getting pretty chummy over there.
We need to,
You
Groucho.
hardly know the man.
And actually, what I'm really hoping for is that before the evening's over, I can fix it so that you will be chummy with our guests.
That must have some overtone of some kind.
Yes, yes,
that,
it is.
makes me
It's up to
think-
you, isn't it?
It's up to me. Do you want it to be up to you?
No.
All right.
I'd rather it was up to you.
Do you have anything at all disciplinary in your job?
I'd say yes.
Do people that have done the wrong thing ever appear before you?
Before me?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Am I correct in saying you are not a truant officer?
No, I am not.
Do men and women both come before you?
Yes.
Gosh, you get a lot of questions. I only got 2 questions before. How long are you going to rattle on there?
I'll tell you what. Has a man like Groucho Marx ever come before you?
I ask you to withdraw that question, please. I'm not going to be put in the position where Groucho can sue me after this program. That's all it is.
No, I intend to sue you between the programs. Is it up to me now?
No, not. It will be. Do you have a legislative job of any kind?
No.
That's 5 down and 5 to go. Groucho.
Are you a corrupt politician? Or am I being redundant?
As your,
What do you say?
as your counsel, I must advise you that you have the right to take certain protections under the law here. Don't answer the question.
Right.
The question is withdrawn.
It is. Well, let's see you withdraw it. Is it up to me now?
Yeah.
You get another one.
Do you touch them above the waist or below the waist?
Groucho, please. Groucho,
What else could you ask?
you've got the list of questions for products that you fixed up. You know, get the other one for services.
Do you regard that as 2 questions, what I just asked?
No, I wouldn't think it was 2 questions. No, I think it was 1.
Are you a decorator?
A decorator, that's all. 6
That's
down
all,
and 4 to go, Miss
Well, I get
Kilgallen.
$30. Give me the money. I'll go now.
Mr. McFarland, I would like, if possible, to get back to the disciplinary aspects of what you do. You work indoors, but you don't think it's necessarily a desk job. Do you move...
No, we changed the
Oh,
answer to
you
that.
did? Well, I'm a little befuddled, and you can understand why. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't hear that.
Has
Are
your
there
collar
any-
button come undone, Groucho?
I beg your pardon.
Does your collar button come undone?
No, I did that deliberately. Yeah.
Oh, you did it deliberately. That's different. It's warm.
It's a little like being hung sitting here with these.
Do you?
Go on, honey.
Are you confused, Dorothy?
No, I
Cheer
just,
up,
I
you've
just
got-
want a green light. Is it
You've
all
got,
right?
oh, you've got a green light now.
Is there, in the place where you work, anything resembling a cell?
Yes.
Do you work in a type of prison or penitentiary or jail?
Yes.
Are you the warden?
Mr. McFarland, just for the benefit of those members of the panel who reside in the immediate area, is the warden of the Hudson County Jail over in New Jersey. So it's...
See you later, kid, huh?
You may.
And I want you to meet your old chum to be, Groucho Marx.
I'll be there on time.
Mr. McFarland.
Now, do you need special training?
Later.
Oh, we start.
Many
Oh, I
people
didn't
comment
pressure
on the
now.
fact that you look like Nikita Sergeyevich Khrushchev.
Very many, yes, sir.
You find this a handicap?
Oh, no.
No. Actually, he's a charming fellow in between sentences. Well, thank you very much, sir, and I think that you have given the panel a rough time. We nearly got them all the way, and thank you very much.
Come again, Mr. McFarland. Did you ever hear that song about Jay-Z? It was an old song, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. I wonder who the hell invented Jay-Z. Wait a minute. The Statue of Liberty faces down the bay, ashamed to look the other way, over towards the Jay-Z, dear old Jay-Z, over towards the Jay-Z side. That's the whole song. Should have brought my guitar.
Let's see what we can do with another challenge.
Yes. Don't you have any girls out there?
Yes.
This is no
Will you come in
reflection
and
on you
sign his
girls.
face? A girl. A lady.
Judy Splinters.
Judy Grable,
Splinters.
is that right?
No, huh?
Is it Miss or Mrs. Grable? Miss Grable, and where are you from, Miss Grable?
Miami.
Miami, Florida? Oh, it's very nice of you to come this far to visit us on a Sunday night. I'd like you to meet the panel. Well, we got over that hurdle. Now will you come over here and sit down with me, please? Right here, please. Are you familiar with our scorekeeping system?
Yes, I am.
All right, then we'll let everybody except the panel know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we'll tell you that Miss Grable is self-employed, and let's begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Miss Grable is a blonde. Those of you who are not seeing this show in color, and since it isn't in color, I guess that includes pretty nearly everybody. So you should be pretty glad that it's Groucho and not Harpo on this.
I didn't get that either, Groucho. Would you like to go back and do that over again,
that for the
Bennett?
West Coast?
That won't be on until 3 hours. Miss Grable, I wanted to explain to people, is very blonde. And you couldn't tell that on a black and white set as well as you could in a color set, John.
That's a very good statement.
It
And
certainly is, and
furthermore,
very
I want to say
unimportant.
because she's a blonde, very important.
I don't
Because
see any
she's a
point to
blonde.
this. She might
I
be a
said-
brunette tomorrow, huh? Let's get on with the show.
I would like to say that Groucho is safer than Harpo with blondes. That's all.
Oh, I should send Zeppo a wire, too. Huh?
He's married, yeah. Miss Grable, there are thousands and thousands of tourists that go down to Florida every year. Have you got anything whatever to do with these tourists?
No, I haven't.
That's one down and 9
Took
to
a long
go.
time getting that one down.
Miss Francis.
Do you come in contact with people in your job,
Yes, I do.
both men and women?
Well, this is very difficult to answer. We have to presume as a starting point that all of us who are by reason of our occupations necessarily brought in contact with the public will come in contact in the normal pursuit of our business with both men and women. Some of us may, to a greater degree or another, be forced to come into more contact with one sex than the other, and
you realize that no one's listening to you.
Yes, I don't. Groucho, I was kind of hoping that was true.
Bring out Khrushchev again. We're not getting anywhere so far.
Does that answer your question?
It certainly does. Now, let's go on with the show.
Now. Do you work indoors?
Yes.
You do. Do you instruct in any way?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Marx.
Go ahead.
Is this product found in your kitchen?
Oh, pardon me.
Is this product that you manufacture? You manufacture?
We're going to find out.
Just a moment, Groucho. Miss Grable just told me she didn't get the question. I told her she was lucky. Now let's start all over again.
Well, she'd be even luckier. She's not going to get the answer. Now, this product you manufacture, is that sold? Would you be apt to find this in the living room or the dining room or the kitchen?
Well, you can't answer that question,
Well, she
yes
must
or
make
no.
something. A woman can't make a living just being a blonde. Although I've heard of a few who have.
To every statement or question that you have, every statement you've made, every question you've asked, except that last one, the answer is no. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
I certainly get through quickly on this show. Up to you, Mrs. Kilgallen. Miss Kilgallen.
Miss Grable, are the men and women that you come in contact with more or less infrequently or frequently as the case may be, are they grown-up human beings?
Yes.
Now, would you say that you deal with more with one... He made me do it.
You think I'm the only one that's obsessed with that subject, huh? Oh, boy, what a Freudian panel this is up there. The people would only talk.
Now, Dorothy, before we pursue this subject any further...
I don't want to pursue it any further.
Get her up here and I'll pursue it.
I think if you're going to pursue this line of questioning, we must first elicit, or at least find the term of reference in which the question is asking. If you are speaking of physical contact or the normal social contact of the conduct of business, we will be able to help you.
I would like to withdraw the question.
She's getting as cagey as I am.
Have we established whether there's a product or not? Has that been...
No, that hasn't been established.
May I assume that there is no product connected with what you do?
Right.
So you deal in services entirely.
Yes.
Are people happier or better off because of what you do?
I would think so.
Sometimes.
I beg your pardon.
Actually, we must agree here that it would again depend on the relationship of the individuals who are utilizing in one way or another the services which Miss Grable
That's getting
is
out of it
performing.
good, Joe Daly.
In your line, are there other people who are doing the same thing in New York that you do in Miami?
Millions of them.
Would it be possible for a man to do what you do?
Yes.
Would you say that there might even be more men doing what you do than women?
Yes, there is.
When you deal with people, do you touch them?
Yes.
Do you touch them above the waist?
Yes.
Well, how much?
Do you touch them above the shoulders?
Yes.
Are you a foot doctor?
Do you in any way alter or improve their appearance?
No. 4 down and 6 to go. I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Miss Grable, When these people come to you and are touched, do they remain fully clothed while you're doing it?
I quit.
Can I have one try?
Yeah.
Is it anything like judo or something athletic that this young lady
Well, actually,
does?
I think Bennett was looking for that, too. I think we have to tell you now, because time is running short on us, that Miss Grable is a professional wrestler. Of good ability. Miss Grable began wrestling at the age of 18, Mr. Marx, and has been wrestling for 5 years, and if you make anything
Has
of
she
it,
ever won?
you might never get up and leave the stage. Thank you very much, Miss Grable. It was loads of fun having you with us. And now, we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. Now we come to the special feature program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my friends of the panel are blindfolded. Are you... Are the blindfolds all in place, panel?
We don't know.
When you come in, mystery John, you're fine in place. Well, the first thing we'll do is disqualify Groucho Marx. That's item one, since he's got his mask over his nose instead of his eyes. And then we will just remind the panel that the questioning is a little bit different, as you all know, and we begin with Dorothy Kilgallen, because we're running out of time.
Are you in the motion picture business?
Duh.
Mr. Cerf?
Are you related to Groucho Marx?
Niet.
One down, 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Groucho wants to know if your product is found in the kitchen. No, I had the blindfold half off looking at Groucho, so I know it's a lady, but I promise you I didn't
How do
see
you know
any
it's a
more than
lady?
that. I saw her skirt. Isn't that a sign?
No, that's no indication at all. Is it a woman? Is it up to me?
No, you had it.
What do you mean? Don't I get a chance at this?
No, the blindfold, you know, it was inadequate to its point.
Well, I know who it is. I'll drop out. It's Mae West.
Miss Arlene, you've asked your question, have you?
Are you in the theater?
Pardon me, just a moment. Can I help her?
No, you can't help anybody. You just sit there and watch.
You always
Miss Kilgallen?
Was the answer yes or no?
Duh.
Well, she's not Mae West.
That's yes?
Yes.
Duh.
Are you currently... No, I'll withdraw
woman.
that.
No, that's right.
Are you soon about to open in a Broadway show? This season, I mean.
Soon about to
I think
open.
I mean.
Niet.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you related to any Southern congressman?
Niet.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, are you already playing on Broadway in a play?
Duh.
Miss Kilgallen?
No?
Yes. Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Duh.
Is it a musical?
Is what a
Yeah.
musical?
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf. The play.
It's not a musical, is that right?
Is
Right.
it a minstrel show?
Is it a comedy?
Duh.
Miss Francis.
I have
No, I want you all to have a chance to see our guest.
Groucho really has
I'm going
given
to
the
flip
whole
all
thing
the
away. It's that divine, delicious, glorious girl, Claudette Colbert.
It is, right. And to satisfy everybody, the marriage go round in which Miss Claudette Colbert is now starring, was resumed, but was resumed a few days ago.
It's a comedy.
Last Monday.
We said it was.
Not a musical. But it's a comedy.
Yeah, but
I
not a
said
musical.
duh.
We said it was a comedy.
She said, was it a musical?
It is a musical. One of the stagehands sings between them.
Thank you, sweetie.
Out of deference to these
Wonderful
girls,
to have
I
you
haven't
with that.
smoked all
You
evening. I'll give you an
have a
idea
cigar?
what a gentleman I am.
And we'll be back after this word from our alternate sponsor. Groucho, because of time, I've got to say it for the whole gang. It's been great fun having you with us. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for contestants on What's My Line is arranged by United Airlines. What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman.